So we decided that this video was going to be all about Albanian food, but obviously we're not in Albania anymore considering our backdrop.
We've actually alluded to this video about 5 times already, I think, in other videos that we did in Albania. So we've been filming this over the span of 2 weeks, but just not putting it together.
Yeah, we kind of want to talk about our favorites, what we fell in love with, which places we thought were the funnest, stuff like that. So I guess we can start with the first one, which was?
The first one that we went to was Klea. It's a restaurant that was up by the castle in Berat. That was really our first time having any traditional Albanian food, and we went pretty hard.
Yeah.
We'll show you.
And check it out.
Okay, we have been in Albania a couple days, gotten a couple dishes, but we are going to try and show as many Albanian foods as we can. Today we are up at Berat Castle, and we kind of happened to run into this place that I was reading about last night called Klea. The guy who is serving us today actually says that his mom and his grandma are the ones that cook the food here, and we're sitting in this beautiful garden with a beautiful view of the castle. So to start already, the olive oil is really delicious on the bread, but we did order it with some of their yogurt sauce, which is kind of like Greek tzatziki, but honestly, I like it even better. We did have this already, but I haven't had it here. It's so good. I honestly feel like I could have that for every meal. But the rest of what we got a combo of stuffed pepper and stuffed aubergine. These are kind of classically known around Albania. We also got some meatballs, and we got kind of what he called to the Albanian national dish that I've read about, but it's essentially lamb with yogurt baked in this casserole dish. That's probably what I'm most excited about trying, to be honest, but I had some tzatziki on my thing, so I'm going to try the meatball first, because it's supposed to be good with the meatballs. They're really good, especially mixed with the yogurt sauce. It like balances out. Okay, I'm going to show you next. I've been really excited about the stuffed pepper, actually. It's very good. It's very light. It's very refreshing. The rice is cooked nice. I really like that one. Ooh. This is really, really good. It's the first time that we've had this, but I don't think it tastes like it looks, but it's like very creamy. That's definitely my favorite part of the meal so far. It's really good. I like it. Would order again. We initially ordered this, but it wasn't ready, but then it was ready, but anyways, we decided to order a moussaka. Moussaka is basically like a baked casserole type of dish this one had eggplant, potatoes, some sort of meat, and it has like a bechamel sauce on it. It's very creamy, but kind of still light at the same time, I would say. It's overall very good. I think in general, I have a pretty high bar set after this place of traditional food. Everything was really good. I'm having a hard time choosing what my favorite was, but we're gonna finish our moussaka. We got a whole beautiful plate of fruit, and then we're gonna explore the castle before we go eat some more later.
As it stands, after everything, Albanian food is like way up there. One of my favorite types of foods. That lamb was delicious, super tender, fell apart in your mouth. Mixing with the cream. My favorite was like the meatballs with this like bell pepper sauce with some cheese in it. I don't know. It was delicious. The makitsa is delicious. It's just creamy. I don't know. There's just something about it. The seasoning. I'm sorry. The moussaka is delicious. It's just creamy. There's something about the seasoning in everything. The stuffed eggplant was one of my favorites. Amazing food. And as Erica did say, the bar has been set high. The Klea restaurant has really delivered and then some. So let's go ahead and see what the rest of Albania has to offer.
Name is dolma. This is the tomato.
They were completely full tonight, but someone left early, which meant that we got to squeeze in. We only have an hour. The menu is on a board. They make the same things. It's on a board. There's only like 8 menu items. His wife is in the kitchen making it. He is super sweet. We started off with some wine. He says that his dad makes the wine. And it's really good. It's like a dry red, but it's delicious. So, cheers.
Dolma, tomato, Byrek, meatballs, forget ricotta.
Alright, I don't know, we got the same thing, the sauce here. We got the eggplant, meatballs, the tomato with rice, and the pie. So let's try everything and see how good it is. I have a new number one, Lili's. You have to come here. Best food so far. Everything was great. Everything topped the other one. Just delicious all the way around. Recommend the eggplant 100%. We didn't get to try the lamb here because we opted for some other things. For the eggplant, this red sauce. Oh, huh? Delicious. The bread, oh my gosh, everything. It's hard to say. The red sauce, probably, and the eggplant. I don't know, one of the two. But those are my favorites. Oh, delicious. So Lili's place is awesome, just primarily because of the owners. He is just super kind, super sweet. He's just running all over the place. I just like want to help him out so bad because he's just so cool. But the food is great. The wine that his father makes is great. I never usually drink red wine, but oh, I love it. This is a must. You have to come here. You must make reservations. We got very lucky by not making reservations and because he was so kind. But you have to come here. My new favorite spot. We're probably going to actually come back to Berat for this place.
This is the cutie place. This is like literally the most incredible place I think we've been to the entire time. This family, the son and the husband were the ones running it. The mom was cooking. They're like running around. But they're running around. They're super busy the whole time. All of the food was absolutely incredible. The prices are slightly higher than other places, but it is like 100% worth it. Like, don't even worry about it. The food is gonna take care of all of that. Absolutely incredible. Would probably come here again if we were staying another night.
We're coming back here for this.
Very, very high thresholds for the next restaurants.
Yes.
We were not actually planning on filming tonight. We were going to go to a different restaurant that doesn't open for another hour. So we ended up at this restaurant called Fisi. Yes, Fisi, which is a traditional Albanian restaurant. And we got a giant plate of assortment of different traditional Albanian foods. Oh, I just accidentally, oh no, it's going still. Okay. It's going still. It's a big assortment of different Albanian foods. So we have the stuffed eggplant, the stuffed pepper, the frigese, we also got a pot of the lamb with the yogurt sauce. So this should be like retrying pretty much everything that we've tried already. So I'm really excited.
The first part of our food came through. The other lamb part, what was it called? Insert text here. The other part takes around 20 to 30 minutes for them to make, so that's going to come later. But we got a traditional combination plate, which looks delicious.
Here you have baked potatoes. We do them simple with only like butter and salt and pepper. Same here with vegetables, but just we put like fried cheese on top, like pieces of fried cheese. These are one leaf, stuffed with rice and minced meat. This is called Klea. It's also a traditional pie. It's thin pieces of dough on top of the noodle with butter in the middle. The middle part here is called Fergus. It's curd, or like cottage cheese. It's fried in the pan with green pepper, red pepper, and tomatoes. Stuffed eggplant, they are fried first in oil and then baked in the oil with veggies in the middle. The oil makes them a bit crispy. And the stuffed pepper with the rice, minced meat, and tomatoes as well.
There you have it, straight from the local. Okay, we finally got a chance to taste everything. And I think that my favorite thing, at least my favorite dish, is the stuffed pepper here. It's very light, very refreshing. The stuffing has a good taste to it as well, but I still love the stuffed eggplant. My favorite thing on the entire dish, though, is the frigese. Frigese. This is very similar to the one that we had in Berat when we first came here, when we became obsessed with it, and we came back to it. So, we're excited. Everything's really good. Even the potatoes, they look kind of plain, but they're not. They have a really good flavor still. So I really like this place. This combination plate is on point. We're still waiting for our lamb. So hopefully that'll be out shortly.
So we got the tavi kosi, and it is delicious. Normally, we've seen it with the lamb and the stuck to the bone with the lamb bone sticking out and it's whole, and you kind of have to tear it up. But they've shredded the meat and mixed it in there this time. This one is much creamier. I have to say I prefer the creamy better than the non-creamy version. I don't mind the meat being shredded in there just because it just makes the work easier for you. But so far, it hasn't affected the taste, and it's just delicious. This is a great find. Come here, eat here. You can get a little bit of everything and at a pretty reasonable price. So delicious, delicious. We are in the Albanian Alps, where we're sitting at one of the guest houses, the Gjin Thana guest house or Thana guest house. But this is an amazing spot. Right off the bat, we get this amazing view while we get to eat this food. Check it out.
We have ordered pretty much the same things. We have stuffed eggplant, stuffed peppers, frigase. Nothing new at all, but we're just hoping they're as delicious as they were the last couple times. And we're just most excited about the view here.
It's amazing.
I think even if it's not delicious, it'd probably be worth it.
The views, the food, and the company.
Of course.
We have an exuberant amount of food, way over ordered, way too much food. I feel like I gotta finish the food just, out of respect. So we'll see what we can put away. But have you checked this out? Oh my gosh.
I am starving, first off.
I know.
We have only eaten a croissant all day.
But
everything looks so good.
It's so good. The bell peppers are on point. The frigasa is great. It's different because it has olives in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, as always though, still great. The eggplants are my star dish for tonight, surprisingly,
That's
over
really
the
good.
frigasa. And then the potatoes are really good too.
They just brought it out, but they have cream and cheese. So can you go wrong with cream, cheese, and potatoes? No.
Not in Erica's eyes.
The peppers are a little bit different too. They're stuffed just with cheese. They don't have any rice or meat or anything else like that. So everything's a little bit different than we've had before.
Slightly.
But it is on point. There's so much food. And all of this was less than $20 in the mountains.
Yeah, oddly enough, in the mountains with this great view. Literally, I think, even though in Berat, Lili's was great, and the environment, this is just a different environment. The food's great. It's just as good as Lili's, if not better. So right now, Albanian food is my favorite so far.
I love Albanian food.
Well, except for Pavanash in Romania. You can't beat that.
We eat literally the same thing everywhere we go.
Over and over.
But it's because we know that we love it.
We love it.
It's so good.
Delicious.
Well, we're going to try to put a dent in all of this food and admire the sunset.
Yep. Really, I just had a little bit more to say. I feel like I undersold it. It was because I didn't show enough passion. But this entire meal is just amazing. I don't know why. It's officially on my top. The potatoes are great. I don't know. The eggplant.
Yeah, potatoes.
I am speechless, if it isn't obvious. But every bite's full of flavor.
Well, no, I love everything. I still did love Lili's and Brown, though.
I
But
did too,
these
mainly
potatoes-
because of the host.
Yeah. But, okay, this time we're really going to eat.
I'm really gonna eat, but it's amazing. Oh, really the best. If you're here, I can't speak for other places, but this is a must if you want to come over to Theth. If you want to come to Theth, this is a must for dinner. We are in Shkoder, and one of the things is we're trying to find some traditional foods, and Byrek is one of them. It's basically just a filled pastry, which could be sweet or savory. We stopped by this cute little place where she makes her own, and I got a meat-filled one. I don't know what kind of meat, mind you, but I'm going for it. It's interesting. It's got a texture between light and fluffy, and then it's got a nice crunch to it as well. Seems like a really good snack, especially for how affordable they are. It was like 40 leek, so really cheap and a great snack.
I had to go back and get a yogurt one. I'm mildly obsessed with the yogurt culture here in Eastern Europe, particularly Albania. So when Aaron said there was a yogurt one, I had to go back and get it. It's like in little pouches, so some of the bites don't have the yogurt. It's not that sweet. With the yogurt, you can mix it with the meat or like some fruit, and it would be really good with either. But I like this one too. They're just a little bit different. But I think I like the yogurt better, personally. So obviously, we had a lot of Albanian food, and this doesn't even really scratch the surface. We went to some places multiple times. We went to several places in Tirana, but we can't do an hour-long video just on Albanian food. So those were our favorites.
We can, but we need to cut it down. But these are our favorite places. Personally, my favorite place in general, I'm really torn between like the Gjin Guesthouse in Theth and Lili's restaurant in Berat. Those are like my two actual restaurants or places that I loved.
Yeah, I think the hospitality at both of them was really good. The view at Theth was absolutely amazing. The food at both of them was on point. We had very different foods at the two places, though.
Mostly, we did have the eggplant at both of them. We had eggplant at all of them, I think. Yeah, we had eggplant at all of them. And honestly, I fell in love with the eggplant everywhere, but it really hit home in Theth. And the Fergus, actually, I think, was my favorite dish. Do you agree?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I think choosing a single dish for Gace was my favorite dish.
Very hard.
It was so good. Didn't really go wrong, even when there were variations on it. It was just so delicious. But the other thing I really did appreciate, I mean, really a lot about some Eastern European countries, but especially in Albania, was the yogurt dips, like the tzatziki type of dips. I could just have them with every meal. They're so good.
I could have it for Gace with every meal. Doesn't matter what it is. It's Mexican. You want it for breakfast? Grill it up. I want it for breakfast.
I'm not going to go that extra about it.
It was delicious, but the eggplant was great too. And then their traditional meal with the lamb and the cheese, the best one.
Lamb and yogurt.
Oh, I'm sorry, the lamb
baked.
and yogurt.
Yeah.
Baked. Well, the best one was in Lili, or it was in Shkoder? Shkoder. That one, because it was the creamiest. It was the creamiest.
I don't know. I think that I liked the one at that first place in Berat that we went to better. It was less creamy, but there was just something about it that I really liked.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to agree to disagree on that one. But either way, the point is, Albanian food has reached the top of the food chain for us. It is my absolute favorite so far. Don't want to speak too soon. We're so early in this trip. But I would come back here just for the food. Not to mention we barely even scratched the surface on exploring the country itself.
Yeah, we absolutely loved every single part of Albania, and we didn't even go to any of the beaches at all. So we definitely need to come back to Albania, eat more Albanian food, see more of Albania. But unfortunately, it's over for this trip, and we're moving on at this point.
Well, we hope you liked our food, and we hope you come visit Albania to enjoy that food.
If there's any important food or thoughts about the food that you think we missed, definitely comment and let us know, and we will make sure to try it next time we're there.
Yep. Okay. So we are in the Albanian Heights. Stop laughing. So we are in the Albanian, I can't do it now. So we are in the Albanian Alps. Really, it's just, really, it's because you're so sweet.